All you have to do is close your eyes and it'll all come rushing back, like a case of untreated malaria, which is still less painful than if, aka imaginary friend, or if. It's written, directed, and starring John Krasinski, who is Jim from The Office. He also did A Quiet Place. He's done other projects. He seems like a lovely individual. He is also married to Emily Blunt. So he's done good. Yeah, done good, Mr. Krasinski. Doing John's proud. His is spelled the right way. Mine is spelled the weird way. But I like being weird. Speaking of weird, if would be qualifying as weird, I guess, if it didn't seem so basic. It's a basic bitch, as it were. Not a crazy bitch like Buck Cherry once said. No, this has to do with imaginary friends, a society of imaginary friends, and Ryan Reynolds is in it, and Kaylee Fleming, who was in Peppermint, and she was young Rey in one of the Star Wars movies. I don't remember which one. And a loaded cast in this, a very loaded cast. You have Steve Carell, who's blue, who's actually purple. He's the giant purple thing that you'll see on the poster. You have Phoebe Waller-Bridge, certainly, I guess, a more dignified role than she had in Indiana Jones 5, how that franchise is still alive. The late, great Louis Gossett Jr. from Iron Eagle and all that, he died a bit ago, a little bit earlier this year. Emily Blunt's in this, Matt Damon, Maya Rudolph, Jon Stewart, Sam Rockwell, Christopher Maloney, a.k.a. Stabler himself, Awkwafina, who I've liked in one role, and that was in Renfield. And ever since she decided to rap as Scuttle, I never want to hear her say anything again. So yes, B, Kaylee Fleming, she is dealing with the loss of her mother, and her father is having his own issues. But there's this bright, fancy, free thing. Her father's John Krasinski, by the way, and he is still playing tricks, still having fun and everything, just playing around. But he's obviously trying to kind of mask the fact that he's not doing all that great. The reference fact that he has a broken heart, aka, he's got heart issues that need to be addressed. Always take care of your health, folks. And then, while living with her grandmother, played by Fiona Shaw, who such an... I'm sure she had fun with this, but good God, Fiona Shaw's been better stuff than this. Am I tipping my hands on how I felt about If? B basically ends up on the top floor of this apartment complex that her grandmother lives in. She's living with her grandmother while her dad gets healthy and convalesces in the hospital. And she runs into a guy named Cal, played by Ryan Reynolds, and realizes she can see people, creatures that aren't there. Like Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character that's like Mickey Mouse, except with wings. Take these broken wings, let them fly away, and drop this movie in a pit. Okay, she realizes she can see imaginary friends. She realizes she needs to help some imaginary friends because they need to be seen by the people that love them, even if they are adults, so they can bond, imaginary friend and human, and everybody can live happily ever after. That's about it right there. I mean, at least that's the general idea of the plot. And while I fully recognize that this is family-friendly entertainment, and I am not the target audience for this, I've enjoyed family-friendly entertainment flicks in the past. And I found this movie very fucking dull. Very, very, very fucking dull. I was honestly almost falling asleep during this. That could have been due to the fact that this was the third movie that I saw on Thursday, because why the fuck not? I saw TV Glow, Strangers, Chapter 1, and If. None of the jokes worked at all. And if you saw the trailer, you would realize, oh boy, if you thought the trailer didn't look good, don't worry, the movie's a lot worse. If you thought the trailer looked funny, I don't know if this is going to appeal to you. I don't know if this is going to appeal to kids, because there aren't a lot of great gags, I think, that would appeal to children. And yes, there's the idea that, B is supposed to be like 12, so she's not a kid, but then she is a kid. Kind of in that weird period or whatever, where you want to kind of almost be like a young adult. It's like, are you there, God? It's me, Margaret. Around that age bracket, that 9 to 12 age bracket, mainly 10 to 12. But point is, yes, the imaginary friend stuff, that kind of stuff's interesting, and obviously B has ties to this stuff. And I'm going to talk about that in the spoiler section, even though it's pretty easy to figure out. And also, they tip their hand really early. And there's nothing wrong with making a family film, family entertainment themed movie around this, and you could have some fun with it. But this movie just feels lifeless. Very, very lifeless. It feels like something Netflix should have fucking bought. I do not see this succeeding in theaters. I'm not saying it won't make any money, but this had to have cost 60 to 70 million minimum. And that's because of the amount of special effects. None of the special effects are particularly that good. And John Krasinski apparently has said that this is a personal project to him. Maybe he had imaginary friends. Maybe there was stuff that touched him here that he felt would translate to the big screen. And you know what? If he feels that way, great. That's just great. It didn't fucking work with me because I fucking hated it. I really fucking hated it. But I'm sorry. I just didn't find this entertaining. And Ryan Reynolds, who usually is a lock to be in pretty good stuff. Hell, I like The Adam Project, and I recognize that film wasn't all that good. But look at this cast, and that's just the people I listed. You take a look at the goddamn cast, it's loaded with people, loaded with voices, loaded with crazy stuff. And I think everybody involved in this project, that from a production standpoint was loaded. You had to be loaded to think that this movie's any fucking good. If does not work at all. If it makes a profit, I will be amazed. Har har. I'm going to get into spoilers. You can wait for this to be on streaming. Probably won't take very long, I hope. Nevertheless, 3, 2, 1... spoilers. So, Bee lost her mother to cancer. She's afraid she's going to lose her dad to heart issues. Cal was her imaginary friend. He actually used to be a clown, but he's still around and helping people. It's like that R.I.P.D. film, except not trying to get the dead back, just dead franchises. I bet they want this to be a franchise. It ain't going to be a franchise. And there's this old bear, Lewis, voiced by the late, great Louis Gossett Jr., who basically says all you have to do is close your eyes and it'll all come rushing back. Yes, we grow up, we forget some things, we forget some details. Details change over time. That makes sense. There's nothing wrong with that. There's good ideas here. There's a core idea that could work, but it feels soulless, lifeless, and none of the humor hit at all. And the special effects aren't very good. And B had ties to this and can change the world around. So, yeah, all of a sudden, she changes the layout of this underground thing under this carousel that the ifs live in. And there are these various characters that I suppose probably would have meant something, but these characters are just chucked out there to say, look at these designs we came up with. That's pretty much it. Like, it just is lacking in nuance and anything entertaining. And that's the most disappointing thing about it. They had an early part where Harvey, that, James Stewart, Jimmy Stewart, however you want to call him, film, where he had an imaginary friend. It's subtle, as Derb once said, like an elephant on stilts. Derb, a.k.a. my best friend Chris, who's doing very well, by the way, I just want to say. But this movie just was a total misfire. Total goddamn misfire. B has to basically heal her dad's heart and let her know that he cares, or that she cares. You can't go, I can't go through this heartbreak again. I can't do that. And then he's like, that's a great story. How does it end? Oh. There's also a little side story where Phoebe Waller-Bridge's, if was actually the if of Fiona Shaw, the grandmother who used to dance. Again, there are ideas that could work here, but just, it doesn't work at all. This is one of the laziest movies of the year. I don't know if it's one of the worst movies of the year because I have watched over 100 movies already. This might not crack the top 10. I don't know. It's going to be hard to say, but for a movie that has every advantage and has so many goddamn talented people in the cast, and for everything good that could have happened, it's just total goddamn misfire. And then she closes her eyes and imagines, oh no, suddenly, because she can go home with her dad. Her dad's fine. She sees that the ifs are still there and she'll always have a lock with them. But the comedy with Blue, aka Purple, Steve Carell, just isn't good at all. She has this story with this guy, this little kid Benjamin, who they kind of have a friendship and it doesn't really go anywhere. It's a seems like a genuinely nice kid, but just, I don't know, it just doesn't go anywhere. It just isn't working. This is total dog shit as far as a film, which is a shame because they tried. But you could tell they were trying at least something, but they needed to try harder. Don't give us If 2, into the If universe boogaloo. It gets an F. I'm sorry. It's not good. It's not good at all. And also the Marshmallow thing, where the Marshmallow does his best Shawn Michaels post-summer 2004 impression to now. Wasn't funny either. It felt like it was trying to be too busy, and it also felt simultaneously stretched out. It's like 100 minutes long, and just didn't work. Didn't work at all. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. It gets an F again. F. I'm going to reinforce that F. Agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.